What's going on, guys? This is Will from Home Ironing Business. If you see that little forehead right here, that's my grandson. All right, so today I wanted to make a kind of another video that basically I'm fixing my camera here. It just talks about business and what you can do. I think motivation is one of your key factors you need. Focus, you need it. But I have another thing of list of my grandson did that list of things that I do. You want to say hello? Say
Hi.
hold on. Let me see. Hold on a second. Say hello.
Hello.
Hello. That's my grandson. All right, so let's run down this list. The first one up here is take a chance. No, do not mess with that. Take a chance. The best thing you could do when you want to start your business is just take a chance. Don't mess with that. Don't mess with that. You have to take a chance. No matter how you look at it, you have to take a chance. Okay? You can go play now. If you don't take a chance at nothing, you never succeed at nothing. So you can all day long say like, man, we got good ideas. We bounce off each other, man. You got friends like that. Oh man, we're gonna keep doing this, man. We're gonna hook up. No, the way I look at it is simply this: I do not have a team. The only team I have is me. This is me. They say there's no I in team. You're right. I am my own team. I run my own business and I run it well. It's took me years to understand how to do this, and I'm gonna keep on doing it until the day I stop doing it. So that's why I took a chance. I take a chance on myself. I don't take a chance on people, on myself. So if you're not taking a chance to get out here and start your business, don't just keep talking it, bring it to life. Bring it to life is the best thing you could do. There's many wise people I was around, and the weird thing is I was around all the older cats when I was younger because I always wanted to know what they were doing. Like, how'd you work on this car? How'd you fix that? And they would let me use some tools and do things. And after that, now I'm that old guy now who actually gives advice out. So let's move on to the next thing. Watch the camera, boy. Be careful. Get rid of those who are wasting your time and are wasting their own time. Let me tell you something. As your time comes up, stop that. As your time keeps going, time becomes precious. You don't want nobody abusing your time. You don't want nobody wasting your time because that stuff is your gold. So if they're wasting your time, don't mess with them. If they're wasting their time, don't mess with them. Leave them alone. Shake yourself loose of these people every time you level up. I never said walk in their face, say get rid of them. Just tell them, look, I don't have time to deal with you. I had to tell a couple people that, the end of 2020 and 2021, I'm making it very clear. If you are wasting your time and you're trying to waste my time, I will cut you out and I don't have to talk to you. It's just like that. It's no more of, man, maybe I can help him out, maybe this and that. If you want the help, I'll give it to you. But if you're wasting your time and mine, I'm not going to waste the time with you. What you doing, boy? I'm going to just keep it moving. I can ask people a question, and the way they answer me back is how I know they just full of crap. Also, if you help someone, in certain ways you help people, it tells you everything you need to know. I understand now why my mother said, as you get older, the animals of the jungle, they tell theyself. They tell on yourself each time they do something. So again, don't waste time on those who waste your time and theirs. Get rid of them and keep it moving. It is the way it is. Be your word. That's another one. Be who you say you're going to be. It's unfortunate, but most people won't die on their shield. They will run at the first problem they have and then side with the other people. Regardless of how I feel about things, I die on my shield. I don't know why, they always talk about a woman's work is not done, a man's work or a father's work is never done. And he will die on his shield. You know who you are out there. There are too many times that things have happened and I will die on my shield before I go out for what I believe in. So be your word. If you're going to meet with somebody, meet with somebody. If you say the time, meet the time. I don't care if you're tired, you can't make it, you can't do it. You make a time and you make your word, and that's just it. If you fall from that, people will figure out they can't depend on you. And next thing you know, you will lose your customers, you'll lose friends. And that's, as far as I'm concerned, I'm my word and I die on my shield. I don't care what other people say. There's a lot of people in 2021, if they were to call me, I'm going to say, I can't help you. That's it. I'm not going to be mean about it. I ain't going to say, fuck you, screw you. I'm just going to straight out say, I don't have time for you, or I'm just going to say, I can't do it, and I'm going to keep it moving. They'll find somebody else to do it. Go figure. Be consistent. That is one of the most powerful things. Be consistent in whatever you do. Don't stop. Like I said, I've heard so many stories about different people being consistent at what they do. My camera's a little crooked. They be consistent at what they do, and they keep at it. From people making pies, from people who are just cleaning tires, people who make sandals out of rubber. I mean, they're consistent. And when you become consistent, you master that. And all you could do is just keep being consistent, because if you're consistent at one thing and you focus, I love the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 thing. You make a decision, like I think in the Hakori, it's seventh breaths, and you make that decision and you do whatever that decision is at that seventh breath, no matter what it is. I like the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 one. You make a decision, you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You don't do it out loud because people gonna think you're crazy, but you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in your head, and then you make that decision and you stick by it. This is something that you train your brain to. When the decision comes, you're like, yes or no, and that's it. There is no fence riding. There is no, medium right there. You're like, well, maybe I'll help him today. Maybe I'll help him today. No, you make a decision, you keep it straight, and you gone, and that's just it. I love being consistent. Be consistent at it. Every day you do it. Like, I love the concept. Are you going to do right when somebody's not looking? I love that. I love that saying. Okay, invest in yourself. Now, this one right here is a pretty unique one. A lot of people think you got to invest in yourself by going to school. You don't have to do that. That's one form. You can invest in yourself by trying to find a mentorship, or find someone who knows the business, or your job, invest in yourself and learn it better. I can remember a time when I was working in the dry cleaning business, which I still do today, that the compressor broke. And everybody else said they were going home. And I asked my boss, I says, don't the iron work? Don't the steam still work? He said, yeah. I said, leave it on for me. And I ironed every piece of garment in there. And then I started on the shirts, which the machine did not need the compressor. It just needed heat, and it'd do it. So it wasn't that many shirts, but it was a lot of dry cleaning. And I sat there and ironed every piece. And then when he came back, he couldn't believe it. He's like, you ironed all this? Because I said, well, I can't afford to go home. I can't come back. When I get home, I got kids to take care of, things to do. I said, I'll stay here and just do it. And from that point on, that guy looked at me different every time. He just looked at me different. He was like, you will go the 9 yards. And I'm like, you damn right. I'm going to get there one way or another. And from that point, I invested in myself in many things. One of the things I decided to do this summer was I decided to do a car wash or a detail business. Why not? I could detail my car better than anybody. I'm not saying anybody, but I could detail my car. I'm pretty detailed. So I went out. Somebody had showed me something. I bought it. Now I'm about to buy another item for the summer. And what it is, in the summertime, I'll have business doing that. I also have a carpet business on the side. I also have air fresheners I sell. I sell ramen noodles. And each one of these, I invest in time. Hat machine. I mean, I invested all that time into all these things to learn them. And what I did is I learned from certain people. And let me tell you, YouTube, oh my God. I understand that everything in Google and YouTube is not true, but you can see people out here who are doing ironing businesses. There was a lady I watched. She inspired me even more when she talked about her ironing business. And from that point on, that's what I do. Out of all the things in the world I like to do, I'm a martial artist. I'm a father. I've done tons of different work. The one thing that I do that I like the best, that gives me that feeling of completion, is ironing. And somebody might say, ironing a shirt? I said it before. When you iron a shirt, you are basically taking something that's in 100% chaos and then you turn it into perfection. That's how I look at it. And I got this through reading books, just things that just happen to yourself that make you really want to push yourself to a limit. And then also, I'm fascinated that I have machines that make me money. They pay for themselves and they make me money. I'm looking to get me another steam iron just to have one. I may actually, at the end of this, if this stuff is the way it is, I might actually open me a store up in my late 50s just to do it, just to do it. I could do it. I have all the equipment. I have places to take stuff. I know what to do. So, invest in yourself and never look back. And it don't always have to be school. It don't always have to be school. You could do it in so many different forms. Train yourself and keep moving. Another one, no excuse for those who are whole. Oh, let me talk about this. I have, I am hard on men who act like they can't make it. It really bothers me that a man has two hands, 2 feet. He can walk, he can move forward. What happens is his mind is polluted and he can't get the pollution out of his mind. Remember, you're taught a lot of things, but you're not taught about what to put in, what to feed your brain. You have to be the one to feed your brain. And when I see this pollution going on, you may try to throw them a life raft or the round thing to save them, but then they'll just take it and they'll just hold it in the air and they'll just drown. And they'll just keep throwing it in the air and they'll keep drowning. And I'm like, nah. I seen a man with no legs outrun everybody with those little clinky things. A lady who can't see beat people in a cooking contest. A man with no arm pulling a bow and arrow with his teeth in one arm. Come on, man. I see people do some of the most unique things and they ain't even whole, and you're whole. You could get up. You're not incontinent. You're not sick. Nothing wrong with you, and you're not going to invest in yourself. This person asked me for some help. I'm going to do a story. This person asked me for help for a couple dollars, for some money. And at first, I really didn't want to do it, but then I did it. I sent them like $10. $10 will tell me everything I need to know about you if I send you $10. This is the trick you do. And to me, it's a trick for myself because it helps me understand. I send you $10. Number one, if you don't even thank me, that tells me everything I need to know about you. That's $10 that was mine. I didn't have to give to you, number one. Number two, if you don't tell me that ain't gonna do nothing but just buy just your meat. Let me tell you something. I took care of me, my wife, and 3 children. And on $10, if you're a father, you know what I'm talking about. You could stretch $10 to feed a group of people. I've done it before. I don't care. Bag of potatoes, hot dogs, ramen noodles. I'm going to stretch it as far as I can get it. Big thing of oatmeal. I'm going to do everything I can for $10 to make sure my family eats. And if you telling me that you dependent just on your job solely for your income, you are insane. At this stage of the game, you should have many ways to make money. And I'm not talking about all these get-rich-quick schemes you see on TV. Do you want to make $50,000 a week like me? I'm going to show you how to make $150,000 in 1 hour. Come on, man. That's all cool, man. You can go out there and you can rip every motherfucking body off. And there are some people who can do that. I'm not taking it from the people who can make gigantic sums of money because there is equations to doing this. But if you want to make enough money that you got enough to like fix your car, take care of your gas and electric bill, have a couple dollars for lunch, you should have a little side hustle. All the rest of that shit, I heard somebody say get an LLC, then borrow some money, have $5,000 credit. I'm like, that's not what I use my LLC for. I use my LLC just to protect me. And more or less, tiny little tax write-offs. The rest of this other shit, how they lying and taking credit and turning it into cash, man, don't listen to that shit. What you need to do is find somebody who's in the business like an accountant and talk to them. Just see if you can grease their palms and talk to them. But I just don't, I have a problem with people who can go out and do something and don't. But then again, someone once said something to me. If everybody thought like you will, you wouldn't even have a hustle because you'd be busy fighting. But know this and know this for sure. I know my business better than you know yours. And you know why? Because if I don't know it better than yours, you're going to take my business. I think Mark Cuban said that once. He said, if I go out there and I don't know my business better than the next person's just going to kick me in the ass and take it. That's why I'm good at what I do. I know how to keep my skills up. I know my people skills. I know how to do my business and all because it's mine. And I know how to do it because I'm fascinated with doing it. And as a man, women, I take nothing from you either. As a person, as I say, if you're able to get up and you have a particular skill, because the weird thing is, in the Bible, it never, and I was heavy into the Bible for a long time. The Bible never said nothing about education. It says your gift. A lot of other religions say your gift. That person's gifted. That person is gifted. The person has a gift. You need to wake up and figure out what your gift is. And when you figure out what your gift is, exploit it if you could get it out there to the masses and make some money with it. That's why that man works for the sweat of his brow. He works with these 2 hands, these 2 feet, his brain, his eyes, his mouth, nose, is you work with your whole. So if you're whole, you got no excuse in my eyes. I'm hard as hell on people like that. Like you do that because you're weak and you don't want to make a change. If you want to make a change, you have to take a chance, and it's going to cost you something. Don't never think it won't. All right. My last point, and I'm gonna leave it at this, and then I'll probably say something before I end. Treat your business not like a job, but a hobby. If you treat your business like a hobby, you will have more fun at it. Like, this is a hobby for me. Because when I'm at work, at one time, I could do thousands of dollars worth of clothes by myself. And I started watching my old boss. You know, he had a business that was from GE. And I looked at the front and I always told myself, I did all this. I'm doing it Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. I do this whole thing myself. I was doing the shirts and the tops, the pants, and everything. I was like, damn, I press all this. And I look at how much it's worth. That really put a fire under me. Like, I can go out and do this myself. Like, I'll give you a good story. One time my boss, he said, Will, I asked him, he's like, we had raise time once a year, which is now is non-existent, which is fine by me because I work my way out of things. I said, boss man, I said, hey, it's time for a raise. What's going down? He says, well, how much you want? I said, I don't want nothing. I want 6 more pieces added on to the 12 pieces I can bring in daily. He was like, okay. Didn't cost some money. I have to fix that stuff. I have to clean it. So it was up to me. So you can make your stuff work for you at all times, but my business is a hobby. And I love walking in this room because I have total 100% control of this. I can come here during the day, the evening, the afternoon, the night, and I can press anytime I want. And I love it. So I hope this helps someone out who's at home, don't know what they're going to do. What you do is, I guess I'll put it like this. Become your own bank too. Don't forget that. Become your own bank. And what I mean by becoming your own bank, you can simply do simple things as like, if you don't have say you have $20, you get 20 singles. You get 20 singles, and every time you get paid, you take a 10th out, use that as your change. So you take a 10th out of the $20 bill they give you, you take your 10th out, your $2 or something, put it on the side, put the 20 in the pot. Just keep doing that over and over again. One of my tricks that I did that gave me true success was I bought 50 envelopes. I think it'd be 150 envelopes. And every time I put the money in, I lick it, leave that mug sealed until the next time I get paid. And every time I got paid, I tear it, take that money, put it in another one, seal it up again. And you just keep sealing it up over and over again, and you'll notice. Because see, the 10th, I don't mess with my 10th at all. What I mess with is the money that I make, and I make that money go into a complete circle and take care of itself, and I still bring a profit off of that. Like I said, if you're going into business, you need to start talking to an accountant, and they will help you understand, because if you don't understand the mechanics of numbers and how to make your profit go, just because I'm not making $1 million profit, I'm still making a profit. And my money is constantly working for itself. And even when I don't have money, I take the money I got and it works for itself. By the end of next year, I want to see how much I made in 1 year. And I'll let you know at the end of 2021. And we'll see. Keeping your books, keeping your stuff, and keeping yourself up. And remember this. Sometimes I always say it, if you get downtime, take it. Lay in the bed and become one with the universe and do nothing. Listen to some music, listen to motivation speakers, whatever you got to do, and keep going. So this is Will at your home ironing business. Yeah, I got work here to do today, but I wanted to do a video today because I haven't been doing a lot of them because I've been busy working, taking care of my life, and doing things like everybody else. So I hope this helps. If you look down my history, I have lots of videos on this ironing business, and I refer to all of them, especially on what you need in your ironing business, because once you understand your mechanics of what you got, when you buy that iron and you make your first money on that, you look around, you be like, you paid, like my steam iron, I paid $20 for the first one. 2 orders in, it paid for itself. That was 7 years ago. So that is a piece of equipment that always makes me money. I could be in here one day, I made $20 on an order. And it was the shirts I had to iron. And I took those shirts, I ironed those shirts, and I made some money. What's up, boy? Here, come here. Here, talk to the camera. Here, look into the camera. Say hello. Here, say, what's going on?
Hi, gosh.
Hi, guys. What you gonna do today? You gonna eat you some breakfast?
Yes.
You gonna eat some breakfast. All right, guys. I am out of here. Thanks for tuning in with me. Any questions, anything you need, just hit me up. I'll let you know. And I'm out of here. Bye, guys. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right.